So to be clear, that MU1 is the shopping centre and is not the forest, which is MU2. And I do not favor residential development up near the elevated train line or close to Highway 40 at all. And especially if doesn't make any sense to me to build residential towers right up next to the REM, which is going to be noisy, and there's a possibility of trains passing every 10 minutes. And then the wall of those buildings would also bounce sound across the highway and make it even noisier for the residents on the south side. And I think that we have to look very carefully at that and keep the strip along the highways commercial. Perhaps some residential on the very north end of the shopping centre, but I'm not in favour of the development plans that I've seen so far from Cadillac Fairview. No.
Thank you very much at the end to get to the very, very problem of Pointe-Claire. Number one, from one side we have Pointe-Claire as a city, from the other side we have Cadillac Fairview as a company. By the books, they're working on 3 continents and they have $40 billion in official assets. So please, my dear co-citizens, let's just be smart. In short, yes, of course, we need the green spots, but in the meantime, once you see the map of the city, you see the MU1 and MU2, and just over you have the REM, and on the other side you have the business space, which is mostly empty. So I would put the question totally on the opposite side. What if Pointe-Claire approaches Cadillac Fairview to help Pointe-Claire to enlarge the forest, to make it on the south part too of the highway? What if? And you're going to be the one to decide. Thank you.
Yes, I do support development in MU1. And because I just feel that going forward in the future, there will be development. The thing about MU1 right now is Cadillac Fairview has it before the courts. So we have to wait and see what comes out of that. But I still think that there is time to talk with them, to ask for changes in their plan. And I am not in favor of 25 stories. I would like to see things more human scale. It will become almost a village within itself, and I would like to see it come from a sustainable, affordable development in that direction.
I support MU1 development, especially if this development is close to public transportation, close to a REM station or a train station. To be a success, it needs to be at the scale of Pointe-Claire, first. Second, we need to keep a lot of trees, greeneries, or if there's not, to implement or to plant some trees. The third factor for a success is the mixity of use. We need to have a broad mixity so we can get a vibrant neighborhood.
ME1, very simple. Fairview land, they have vast parking lots. I've always felt that it's a disgrace to have a giant parking lot like that. It should be built on. Now, given the size of the site and its contiguity, if that's the right word, with the highway, 4 stories would be acceptable there. None of this nonsense. They talk about 20 or even 10 stories. And they need to build parking structures, 4-story parking structures, perhaps even 5, contiguous to the REM, so as they can both service and make workable the REM, and also to service their own shoppers. The cost of parking would, of course, come from the REM, be paid to Cadillac Fairview from them. And for the rest of the site, once you've freed up a lot of parking space by going up, they can then build whatever they like, as long as they build, I mean, not industrial, but as long as they stay to 4 stories. And that's good.
I support development in Fairview MU1. We really can't talk about MU2 right now. That's in court. And also, one of the requirements, I leave that to the professionals. What I would like is like a signature building, maybe at 15, 17 stories, and other buildings lower. But again, I leave that to architects, and to have a signature when people drive by, they say, oh, I'm in Pointe-Claire.